Hello there. A very good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for watching the Waran Shanmugam show. You are now live with me, Waran Shanmugam, on this beautiful, beautiful Wednesday. It's the 2nd of March. Can you imagine? March has arrived. So today we have got a lot of things that we will be sharing. We have got someone from very far away. She is from UK, London, but she was originally from France. But before we bring her in, I had the privilege to speak to her just before we start the show. She had something on, so we did that conversation much earlier. And her topic, the things that she spoke about, fantastic. And I think you will love it. Let's see how that goes. But before that, let me share a couple of things that I have as advertisement. Yeah, mindful meditation, 10 days guided coaching is happening. It is very helpful for you guys, especially when you think that you want to bring about change to your lifestyle. This is not like the hourly sitting down meditation under this mountain or tree. No, nothing of that sort. Very quick, very instantaneous, 5 to 10 minutes, depending on how much you want to be in that state, in that moment, and eventually you will be mesmerized with the amount of changes that you will see for that particular day and the days forward. So mindful meditation is something that you may want to look into. Please call that number 0125614319. Then you have got NLP. I'm sure you all have heard of NLP. If you want to know more about NLP, it's actually something to do with behavioral and how you can bring about change to your behaviors and also the behaviors of others if only you know how to tap onto it. So it's a very interesting area of studies. A lot of people have benefited from being an NLP practitioner. If you want to learn more about this, SAT Academy is providing this course. Please call 0125614319 so that you will get more information as to how to become an NLP practitioner. Moving on, for these Form 4 and Form 5 coming year, 2022, 2023, yeah, who is going into Form 4 or Form 5, if you want to brush up your English, the course is available in SAT Academy. Please call 0125614319. It's a small group English tuition, so it is about 5 to 6 of you all will be together in a particular session. Nothing big, very personalized coaching. So please contact SAT Academy if you want to know more. And if you are if you are an SPM leaver, or you are in the university and you want to brush up your English, I'm sure a lot of modules, a lot of courses that you are having in or you will be having in the university will be on English. So if you want to know more, if you want to learn more, if you want to brush up your English, please do call SAT Academy. They have got one-on-one sessions. So again, 0125614319. Please call to know more. Yeah. And yeah, finally, you've got cabin crew certification course. SAT Academy is providing this course. It's a hybrid course. You've got online and also face to face. Very nicely done. You should look into this. If you are a SPM leaver, done with your SPM, now don't know what to do, you want to apply or you want to work, before you even do anything else, I think this course will be very, very helpful because it will prepare you to become, if not cabin crew, then a person, a proper human being with a lot of professional attitude, behavior, and knowledge. Because the courses, if you could see that they are teaching, pretty much very interesting: cabin crew fundamentals, character building, mindfulness, personal grooming, effective communication, culture studies, leadership, customer service, selling skills, onboarding prep, and a lot more other courses, a lot more other modules. So please, if you want to aspire to become a cabin crew for the longest time, well, this is the place, this is the time, this is the course that you have to take. 0125614319, 01656143119. Yes, that's the number. I have been repeating that so many times. I thought I missed it out. So yes, that's the number. Call SAT Academy to find out more. Yeah. So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, as I was talking to you all about food, how food can actually change your mood. Good food equals good mood. Now, this is very inspiring. Why? Because Amina spoke about this in a very nice manner, and I think you all will learn a lot from this. So, please do watch my interview with Amina, and hopefully, you will learn, and I'm sure you will learn a lot of things from this. So, yes, let's watch. Hi there, Amina. How are you doing?
Hi, fine, fine, thank you.
Thank you so much for joining us in the Waran Shanmugam show.
Thank you for inviting me. That's nice to have a new share and a new audience. That's very nice for you from you to invite me. Thank you.
Yeah, you're most welcome. So we have got a lot of people here from Malaysia, and also we have got some of them from UK, some of them from France, and many other friends from different parts of the world who are actually joining us to listen to what you have got to share. You have got to share, because I remember sending your message to a lot of people, and everybody was like, "Hey, this woman, she's gonna share about." What we are going to eat. I said, yes, she is going to tell you whether you are going to eat the right thing or not. So everybody's excited and they are all watching. So what's the first message that you want to tell them about food, Amina?
Basically, the message I want to share about food can be your weapon or your killer. That's that's literally that. I knew it was
Yeah.
important before, but I didn't know it was that important until I changed my own nutrition. But
Okay.
yes,
So
your food will have a huge impact on your life.
so you said food is either your weapon or something that will make you grow. Yeah. So what was your experience, Amina?
So basically, my experience is I've never been very overweight. But what happened is a few years ago, my son in France is now 27. He is my coach now, but he contacted me because he became a coach himself. After he lost 26 kilos of fat, he then gained 8 kilo muscle. So basically, he had great result, but he was very shy, so he didn't want to talk to anyone. But you know, when you lose 26 kilos, obviously people talk to you. And then everyone was talking to him and asked him what he did. He was too shy to answer, but what he did, he gave all the numbers to his coach. And at one point, his coach told him, look, I have plenty of your friends coming now. You have two options. Either you help me coaching them and you make money, or I carry on coaching them and I keep the money. And then my son thought, oh, I can actually share what I did. That's not complicated. So he became a coach and he wanted me to join the team. But when he called me, I told him, listen, I have 4 young kids because my little one was 5 months at the time. And the big one, the other big one was around 7. So I told him I have 4 kids plus 2 businesses because I was a website designer and I was creating my own skincare range, basically. So I told him, listen, I'm too busy. Thank you. Then he wanted to talk about nutrition. Again, I was not interested because I told him, listen, I'm 68 kilo for 1 meter 70. I'm fine. Thank you. And unconsciously as well, that teenager that didn't want to eat anything will tell me what I should eat. In my mind, he couldn't be my teacher, you know. But what I didn't know is since I'm in UK, basically around these 10 years, he went through a big weight gain and very bad life to weight loss and very healthy life. But I didn't really see that path. But what happened is the same week of that call with my son, after I told him twice no, all the people in the street, my friend, were asking me, oh, mashallah, when is baby due? Baby was not due anymore. She was 5 months. If you want to make a lady cross, that's a very good way of doing it. And I did lose the belly. It was not even the leftovers of the full pregnancy. No, I lost everything and I was gaining again. So I called my son. And basically, I was very skeptical, but I started a program. I trusted him. I thought if he lost 26, he can help me lose that belly. And long story short, in 8 months, I lost 10 kilos. I gained
Wow.
back 2 kilo muscle. But what really hooked me in that mission is just after 2-3 days of changing the nutrition and having my son to coach each of my plate, I had no mood swing anymore, no brain fog. I didn't have my slump after lunch. I had energy all day. And I felt so good. I started to talk to everyone. And after 2, 3 days, I talked to a lady who has some health issue. I was not sure about how to advise her because for the others, I was just literally repeating all the secret of my son. People were not buying from me anything. They were not paying me the time, nothing. And my son, when I called him, he told me, "Excuse me, what are you doing? You said you are not interested in my business, but you are doing it for free." And then I thought, yeah, but I love it. If I see something that I love, I would share. Either I'm paid or I'm not paid, I would share. And nutrition was even more important when I saw that being more relaxed was completely changed the atmosphere at home as well, because I was not shouting at the kids anymore, so they were not answering back shouting. I was asking in a nice way. They were talking to me in a nice way. So basically, we were even the atmosphere at home, everything completely changed. So it's why I really loved that. And what made me even become like more passionate about that mission is that I'm doing that for roughly 3 years, a little more than 3 years. But over these 2, 3 years, twice in my life, we can say I've gone wrong. I didn't really care about my plate, what to eat. I was just on autopilot, like as before, like most people we are. We don't think what we eat. We just grab without thinking. And I did that twice for 2, 3 days. But I felt so bad after these 2, 3 days. And when I say bad, it means very bad, very, very depressed. Once I even thought about suicide. And only 3 days of bad eating made me feel so bad. And there was nothing in my life during these 3 days that justified to be so depressed. I had no argument with my husband or money problem. Or basically, I was exactly the same as the 3 days before. But just because of that ugly food or that wrong choices, I felt bad. And I felt so bad that it reminded me my past in France when I quite went through a lot. And I was thinking, oh, wow, I feel the same just because of the food. Maybe at that time, if I knew what to eat, I would have gone through maybe less deep in my depression, less long time. So it would be easier to come back. And that's why I really wanted to share that, because that's something that I found very easy. If someone told me, or to get out of depression, you need to run a 20, 40K every day. Yes, not everyone can do that. But checking what you put in your mouth or what you don't put, actually, everyone can do that. It's not that complicated.
So it's interesting how you, Amina, you were actually talking about, and I say interesting because what you're saying is what you eat makes who you are, which means to say whether you are going to be stressful, depressed, or you are going to have a healthy life depends on what you eat. Are you saying that that's all that is needed? Even exercise is something that you did not do?
Basically, the exercise would help to tone, and yes, to get out of energy. If you have too much energy, exercise will help. But on a personal level, for example, when I lost my 10 kilos, I lost absolutely with no sport at all. But I wouldn't recommend lose more than 7, 8 without sport, because otherwise you would have sagging skin.
Wow, that's nice. That's nice. Ladies and gentlemen, you are watching Amina here, all the way from London, and she is from France, now living happily in the UK's. And she is talking about how whatever that you put into your mouth or whatever that you don't put into your mouth makes a lot of difference in your life. And I think that is splendid. So Amina, I want to, and I've got a couple of things that I've written down. I want to ask you bit by bit. First is about your son who lost like what, 26 kg? Is that what he said?
Yes, he lost 26 kg of fat and then gained 8 kilos, just rebalancing the nutrition. And my son was actually exercising a lot before his weight loss. He was going to the gym 5 times a week. When he started his program, because he was busy, he was going much less to the gym, but he lost the weight. So yes, as you said, sport is not everything. I have a picture actually here. That's my son.
There you go. My God, he looks so different.
Yes,
Ah,
even the quality of the skin is completely different. I told him after you could do an advertisement for foundation for lady makeup because your skin is great. And he said, no, I don't put anything that's not a filter or something. That's just me. I was very dirty inside before.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
nice. That's nice. So now, you also spoke about the belly fat, that you were able to remove the belly fat. How did you do that?
So I, again, with the same rebalancing nutrition, because belly fat, particularly for women, it comes from four main reasons. One is menopause. When we reach menopause, we naturally store more in that area. The other one is stress, because the body can't manage the stress and the food. So basically, if you stress, your body will not break down the food. Oh, he gave me protein, so that's for the muscle. He gave me omega-3, that's for the brain. If you are stressed, you can't sort out anything. You just store everything in the belly. I often give the example of, for example, if you have the house that is all messy, the kids' toys somewhere, the books, the clothes, you are supposed to sort out things. But if you are stressed because your neighbor is coming in 5 minutes, you will not sort out anything. You will put everything in a box under the bed. And for
Mm.
us, under the bed means the belly. So if we are stressed, we can't manage both. So it's why we need to relax and breathe and be more comfortable. That's when the body will take out from under the bed some boxes and then sort out stuff. So stress. The other
Ah,
one, which a lot of people do, is skipping meal. A lot of people think, oh, I want to lose weight. I will skip that meal. I will eat less. If you don't eat often enough, your brain think, oh my God, it makes me starving. Okay, I will store more and I will multiply the fat. Look at the kids in Yemen, for example. They don't eat anything, but they have huge belly. That's not fish and chips like Mr. Simpson's. That's because of starving. And a lot of us do that. Oh, I'm not very hungry. Let me skip the meal. I will lose weight. No, if you skip the meal, you will store fat. And the
wow.
next one is the main one for everyone. Whatever culture you are, it's too much carbs.
Ah,
We eat
so
far too much carbs. Rice, bread, pasta, biscuits, everything starchy.
it's easily
Every
available everywhere.
And that's the problem, because it's why I said be careful when you are on autopilot or you are
Mm.
hungry. If you don't think what my body needs, if you just think let's grab something, the grab, it's generally you don't really go for carrot stick, broccoli. No, you don't really go for that. When you grab something, that's a carb. So that's carbs. That's carbs. You will grab something
Very
with
nice.
carbs.
Okay, very nice. So, Amina, you spoke about something interesting here. What my body needs. How do you know what your body needs, Amina?
To make it simple, your body needs a lot of vegetables and fruit to have vitamin and minerals for every meal, and a lot of protein for every meal. That's what your body needs, to make it simple. Carbs, your body needs, but only a little, and to have energy. That's it.
Okay.
And
Okay.
plenty
So what
water,
you're saying
and
is carbs
plenty,
is very
plenty
little.
water.
So carbs very little, plenty of water, protein just fair amount. Vegetable and fruit is a must. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, vegetable a lot. The fruit we can't go too much because of the sugar. But yes, you can have a lot. Yeah.
Okay, so question: the sugar in the fruits is natural sugar. Is that also can be bad for your health?
If you have too much, yes, and if you are already diabetic or have sugar problem, that you really have to be careful. But if you don't really have this kind of problem, that's always better to have your sugar from a natural source, because your body recognize it and know how to process it, than from biscuits or like artificial or industrial food.
Okay, fine. So now, ladies and gentlemen, you are watching Amina here. She is talking about food, and food. Also nutrition and wellness. Yeah, but more so on food. And she's talking about something very different, where you can really reduce not only your weight, but also reduce your stress level, your depression, and the issues that you have at home, and the anger and everything else, if you were to eat what you're supposed to eat and don't eat what you're not supposed to eat. Amina, you were talking about skipping meal. Now, a lot of people do this, and I mean a lot of people. The moment they see that the scale is going a little bit higher, they will say, okay, tomorrow onwards, I'm skipping breakfast, I'm skipping lunch, I'm going to have only dinner. And dinner, they will eat the smallest portion ever, thinking that because if I were to eat very much lesser, then the fat that I have, the excessive fat that I have in my body already will take over. Your comments, please.
Skipping meal. So of course, if you are eating 5 big meals like Mr. and Mrs. Simpson, as I said before, every day, if you want to lose weight, yes, you need to reduce that. Yes, you need to reduce the quantity. But if you are eating already little, reducing will make you store even more fat. What shocked me when I started my business, and I ask, we have a questionnaire that we ask to people when I do assessment to people. I have a questionnaire about eating habits, and I was shocked. All these ladies who are 90 kilo, 100 kilo, they eat half of what I eat every day. And I was thinking, and I called my son one day, and I asked him, oh, why all these ladies are overweight when they don't even eat enough? And he told me, you already answered your question. You said they don't eat enough. Because if you don't give your body what it needs, the thing that your body does very well is storing fat. Every time there is something that doesn't go well, your body knows how to store fat, and that's the mechanism, the defense mechanism that it put in place all the time. And as I said before, look at the kids in Yemen. You can't say they eat too much. They eat too much fat or too much carb. They don't eat. They eat maybe one small stuff every 2-3 days. But every time you are starving, your body put everything in place and will store everything. And also what you must know is your body doesn't know how to make fat, but it knows how to multiply it. So if you don't eat enough, when you have one samosa and you deprive your body a lot, your body will make 20 samosas out of that one. If you are like me, eating all the time and a lot, if I have one samosa, my body will think, oh, why is she giving that samosa? We don't need it. Let's get rid of it. That's the big difference.
That's a beautiful difference. Yeah, that's very nicely said. Yeah. So if you have got an empty stomach and if you eat one samosa, it's going to multiply it to 20 or more. But if you already have got food enough in your body, the extra samosa is just going to just go down the drain, literally down the drain, and nothing is going to be stored. And you spoke about something very interesting also. You spoke about how you lost weight with the coaching that you got from your son. You also gain muscle. Can you share a little bit? How did you do that?
So yes, because I was rebalancing everything, and I had 3 meals a day plus 2 snacks. So I was eating 5 times a day. When you do that, your brain goes in a mode of, oh, she's eating all the time. We don't need to skip or store fat anymore. So that's one way. But to build muscle or to keep the muscle you have or build more, there are 2 ways, and they go together as well. It's you really need a lot of protein. That's why the guys at the gym, they always have like shakes or chicken or something like that. Yes, we need more protein. And to increase your muscle, you need to do everything that has weight. The weight, when you go to the gym, there is the cardio that will help to burn a lot, but there is the weight, like the machine or this kind of thing, resistance exercise. That's the one that will make you gain weight, but gain muscle, if you do it properly and if you eat properly after. Because if you exercise and you don't eat well, you will be like some men in camps. They walk quite a lot with stones or stuff like that, but they are not fed, so they lose their muscle. So you need to do both in conjunction.
Nice. Okay. So are you saying also that, and I'm sure it is, that for men and for women, it differs the way you take intake. Is that true?
Yes, there will be a difference in the portion, because basically the more muscle you have, the more you burn in a day. So your calorie allowance will be different. And most of the time, men have more muscle than women, so they burn more. So automatically they can have more, and they need more protein than us. And also they can afford to have more carbs than us because they burn more. So yes, the quantity will be adjusted. Yes.
Okay. All right. So now, ladies and gentlemen who are watching, this is something that I'm going to ask Amina, and she's going to give you the list of things that she is doing. Amina, I heard you said 3 meals plus 2 snacks. I want to know what are your 3 meals and your 2 snacks. Now, before you share with us, ladies and gentlemen, take a pen, take a paper, and write down what are her meals. At least you will know roughly what are the type of food that you may look into rather than just going deep diving into autopilot mode. So yes, Amina, can you share with us what do you actually eat starting from breakfast? Do you have breakfast?
I always have breakfast. The word break fast means you have to break your fast. Just the word in English means what it means, and it works in French as well. Déjeuner means we have to break jeûner, which means fasting in French. So we really
Ah,
need to break the fast. Another secret is the more you delay your breakfast, the more you store fat. And
ah,
that's why a lot of ladies gain weight, because they get up very early, they clean the house, they drop the kids in school, they come back home, they finish the cleaning, 11, they sit down and they start eating. They are awake since 5 hours. They didn't even break their fast.
yeah.
So yes, have breakfast. But basically my meals are very big. All the meals are very big meal. Always a big portion of protein, a big portion of vegetables, sometimes dairy on top of that, and reduce the quantity of carbs. That's basically a balanced meal. But I cheat for breakfast, because breakfast with 4 kids and the hustle at in the house, I use meal replacement shakes for the breakfast. Very quick,
Ah,
very convenient. Everything is inside, so that's my cheat. If I didn't want to have that, you can have like maybe eggs or chicken with tomato, spinach, mushroom with one toast, or a little of hash brown or something like that. But that's basically the carbs. That's basically the portion of carbs you must have in a meal. Not that
okay.
like that one.
All right. So and you spoke about snacks. What do you mean by snacks?
Snacks means basically we don't want to stay more than 5 or 6 hours without any food, because
Okay.
otherwise your body starts to go in starving mode, which is economy, like saving energy mode, which makes the body slower and store more instead of burning. So we don't want to do that. We have, if I get up early morning, I would have a morning snack, and I always have afternoon snack, because between 12 and evening, obviously it will be more than 5 hours. My snacks would be either fruit, if I'm not very hungry, a light fruit. If I'm more hungry, maybe a banana or some yogurt with some nuts. What else do I can have? Protein bar, this kind of thing. That's the kind of thing that I would have.
Okay, fine. So now you have got yourself there in the UK and France, and it's more Western type of food. And I'm sure you have also seen the Asian type of food. Now, how do we manage the Asian type of food? Because early morning, what you do is you eat one dosa. So that itself is already carb, and then you have got lunch, and then you have got break, you have got dinner, and then apart from that, if you have got snacks like the vada and everything is all about carb, how do you expect the Asians to manage their weight management? How do you do that, Amina?
And it's not only Asian. French people, we eat a lot of carb, but they are not the same. I help a lot of Somali ladies who are a lot in rice and carbs as well. Pakistani Indian, they have a lot of rice and chapati and this kind of bread. So
Yeah.
always remember to always start with your protein. Find any protein you like: chicken, fish, meat, eggs, any kind of protein. That's the thing that your body needs most. Then add plenty veg, because that would help the body to renew itself much better because of the vitamin and minerals. And yes, you can have carbs, but you have to. And if you eat already your protein, uh, if you eat your protein and your veg properly, honestly, even if the carbs is available, you will not eat the same quantity. Obviously, the quantity will be reduced. And if you do that for a few days, for a few weeks, when you feel very good, there's no way you can go back, because sometimes I see a lot of things available. And I know that if I would follow my instincts or what my desire, I would feel very bad. And do I want to feel that bad? No. So that's a question to ask. It's what we call discipline. Always they say discipline is the strength to choose between what you want now and what you really want. And if you, what is more important, to have that twice now or to stay alive longer to see your kids grow older? If you don't mind having orphans and because you ate all that twice, that's your choice. Or if you think that, yes, you can eat a little less twice and play with your kids longer, what's more important for you? And when you balance that, generally you can take better decisions.
Lovely question. What you want and what you really want, yeah? Ladies and gentlemen, we have got Amina here, all the way from London, UK, and she is talking about food, wellness, nutrition. And it's interesting, Amina, how you spoke about this simplicity, and in this simplicity you are able to change your lifestyle, change your weight, change everything. And I want to ask you this: how do one actually go through this assessment? Now, if let's say someone comes to you, what would be the assessment like, and what do you make them go through before you give them a program? Can you share with us what's the step like?
Okay. Yes, I will share how I work. So the way I work with people is, first, I always offer what I call a wellness evaluation. It will have a few parts. First part is the nutritional assessment. I would assess their eating habit because I want to know where they come from. Is it someone who skip meal or the other way around who eat too much? Or I want to know their habits. So nutritional assessment. If it's a woman, I would add a hormonal assessment to see if she has too much hormone, not enough, or which one she has in excess, which one she's lacking, and how she can manage the food to rebalance the hormones, because that's very important. And on top of that, if it's a face-to-face meeting, people would go on my scale, because I have a special scale that tells us not only the weight, but body fat, muscle mass, your belly fat, the age of your body, how many calories you burn in a day. Or if you have this kind of scale and you are far, it will be on a video call. And I have a lot of ladies who send me their result of the scale. And sometimes they have 40% of fat, yes, but they have no clue if it means it's too much or good. They have no clue. It's like when you go to the doctor and you have your blood analysis, you have figures, but if they don't tell you where is the normal one, having 1 or 2 or 2.1, you don't even know what it means. And I'm here to explain that. Doing that assessment. And that assessment generally lasts 45 minutes. I always do it for free for many reasons. First, it's a way for me to meet new people. First, then I also do that because I want to put a first seed in people's mind about what they can change in their life. And even if they don't want to start anything with me, I wouldn't have wasted my time, because I know that person will tweak few things in her life or in his life if it's a man, and just for that I would still get hasanat from Allah, because he will change few things in his life. And the day that guy or that woman is really motivated, few months later, a few years later, they will remember me. And if they are ready to take action, they will come back to me instead of Googling weight loss, whatever. They will remember me. And I have a lot of ladies who actually start a program, not the day of their assessment, but 6 months later, 1 year later. Sometimes I had a lady recently who called me, I will get married in 9 months. I'm motivated now. Amina, help me. Or the doctor told me I'm on the edge of diabetes, and now I'm motivated to do something. So that's why I do that. That's the way I work. And also that's a way for me to meet the people, because I can't work with everyone. And if I see that the lady, for example, is very negative and stuff like that, even if she has plenty of money, I don't want someone that will bring her negativity to me. If she's ready to do some effort or change something, that's fine. But if she already thinks she can't and there's no way she can do that, or I can't help, because if she thinks she can't, actually she's right, she can't.
Very nice. Yeah. So once done with the assessment, what's next, Amina?
The next is people who wants to start a program. Basically, the way I help, it's what I said before. There will not be any like secret ingredient or a magic tablet. I don't have that. But the secret of coaching is the accountability. You know, it's like when you want to learn Arabic by yourself, you can go on YouTube, you will find millions of videos. You can learn Arabic for free by yourself. But because there is no teacher, no one to correct your homework, first it will be long and you need to be very motivated to do it by yourself. But when you have a teacher, the accountability helps you keep on track. And that's how I help. People who start a program with me, they would need to send me their lunch, their dinner, basically all the picture of their plate. I will not give a lecture about nutrition, but I will tell them, oh, your plate, you have too much of that, not enough of that. Oh, today you have a one in the afternoon, or here how you manage that. Or a few days ago, I had a lady asking me, I mean, I'm invited to a wedding. There's no way I will not taste the cake. I need to eat the cake, but I don't want to gain weight. How can I manage that? And that's how I will help her manage that, enjoy the cake without the consequences. That basically, I'm here almost 24/7 with them. We have a WhatsApp group and a Facebook group where ladies or men can share together. And when they are in the shop and they don't know what to buy, they can send me pictures and I can tell them, oh, this one has too much fat. That's not a great product. Oh, this one is very good. It has good amount of everything you need. And sometimes some things, even from healthy shop, look very healthy and actually they are not. And what happened to most people is not they eat junk. Most people eat healthy, but they don't eat balance. That's the difference. And they don't eat what their body needs. So they lack a lot of things, but they have too much of many things as well.
So when you say balance, what does that mean, Amina?
Balance means that you don't have too much of what the body doesn't need too much, like fat, sugar, carbs, this kind of thing, but you also give your body what it needs. Every day, your body needs a lot of protein, a lot of vitamin, fiber, mineral. And my job as a coach is to help you find where you will find all that with what is available. If you hate tomatoes, I will not force you on eating tomatoes. You can find everything from the tomatoes in other fruit and veg. But that's how I will help people.
Okay, very nice. So, ladies and gentlemen, you have been watching the Waran Shanmugam show. Amina is here all the way from UK, and she's talking fantastically well. Why? Because she's talking about the food that you are supposed to or not supposed to have, so that you will have a well-being, a life, a nice life, a healthy life, and that's very important. Yeah, just by before you put it into your mouth, think whether this is necessary or not necessary is all that you need. And it's amazing how you're talking about it, Amina. Amina, a lot of people speak about two things. One is calories, the calorie counts. Now, I always get confused, and it is always a difficult task for me when people speak about, hey, you need to be mindful of your calories. Now, do you speak about calories also? Yes or no? If yes, how do we do it better? If no, why you don't do it? Amina, that's my first question.
Yes, so calories. Yeah. First, before talking about what you should eat in calorie, you should need to know how much you have. It's like if I tell you go to the shop, be careful how much you spend, be careful how much you spend. You don't even know how much you have in your wallet. So how can you know? So basically, that's how the scale helps as well. That scale would tell us that, for example, your body burns 2,000 calories in a day. My body, I know, burns 1,300 calories in a day. So that's how much I burn. But when we want to lose weight, we have to give to the body less of what it needs. So it has to go in the saving, in the fat storage. And we take away 500. But when people start, I don't even count calories. The first important thing is to reconcile people with food. Enjoy having food and enjoy having control of your food. And just doing that will naturally make you lose weight anyway. And only when you reach a plateau and you don't lose anymore, but you still have a lot to lose, that's when we will start have a look of how many calories do you have in a day. We will start counting a little what you have. And oh yes, for example, if you didn't realize that you put 2 scoops of oil every salad, or you had two handful of nuts, or maybe and we are tracking all the hidden calories, because sometimes the food looks very healthy, but we don't realize it's very caloric. For example, avocado is very healthy, but very caloric. So if you have it at night, you might store it more than if you have it at lunch, for example. And why I also don't really count calories by calorie is because calories are not all the same. One avocado and one croissant have roughly the same calories, but the effect on the body is not the same at all. It's the quality of the calories are not the same. So just counting calorie is not a good thing, because having one apple and one yogurt, for example, every day, of course you are under your allowance, so you think you will lose weight. But doing that, you will also lose all your muscle and water, and you will feel weak. And when you feel weak, that's when you have craving. When you have cravings, again, that's chocolate or junk. That's not really carrot craving generally. And then you have that bar of chocolate, for example, you feel a little better straight away, but 1 hour after you feel heavier, or you want to have a nap, and then you feel grumpy, or you argue with your husband or your wife, or you shout at your kids, so you feel even worse. When you feel worse, you don't really fancy a nice salad or stuff. You will fancy junk, because basically when you feel bad, you want bad, and then you take bad decisions. That's all go together. I always say whatever you do will have like domino effect, good or bad, but everything you do or not do will have consequences.
This is exactly what action you take has got its own reaction, yeah? And
yes.
and there's a chain reaction I could see, yeah? Every single thing that you do and every single action that you take, right? Eventually will end up either good or bad, depending on what action that you take. That's pretty much the very straightforward answer that you give. And the next question that I want to ask you, Amina, is on supplements. A lot of people now say that supplement is very important. Vitamin C, you must take the multivitamins, and the list goes on. What is your say on supplements?
So supplements, unfortunately, yes, we have to go for them. Why? It's because the carrot and the tomatoes we eat today are not the ones of our grandparents, or if you go to a countryside, they might have good stuff. The food we have today is very modified, and we don't really get everything we need from our food. Even if you eat healthy and balanced, still you will have deficiencies. So you need to top up. But how to top up? I used to give a test. I have a test as well that people can feel by themselves with what they eat. And according to that answers, automatically they know that they need to supplement their food in calcium. Or for example, if you eat red meat every day, you don't need to supplement iron. You already have plenty from your food. Same with, for example, dairy. You have dairy every day. You don't need to supplement your nutrition in calcium. You have some. But if you don't eat meat at all, you don't eat milk at all, maybe, yes, you will need to supplement that with supplements, of course. Yeah.
Okay, very nice. Now, is age a factor in weight management? So the question also that I'm asking is, as you grow older, do you think that weight can still be managed? Your comments, please, Amina.
Yes, so basically there are two stages that are a little critical. 40, when we reach 40, the metabolism slows down. So yes, even if you eat the same thing, you might gain weight after 40 because you will store more, because the body the metabolism slow down. And for the woman, there is another critical stage, which is menopause. When we reach menopause, because we have much less hormones, we will store more fat. But that's never too late to start. I want to share, look, my mother, she was obese all her life, and she lost 24 kilos so far.
Oh my God. And within how long?
So she started her program when she was 68. She's now 72. Roughly over 2 years, she lost 24 kilos.
Wow. That's amazing.
That's never too late. I have that lady as well. She's 61 when she started.
Okay.
And now she's 65 here. After 4 years, in total, in the first 2 years she lost, and then she stabilized. 2 years she lost 58 kilos and 135 centimeters. And in her family, everyone is obese. Her son is my son's friend, actually. He's a coach in the team. And she said, look, in the family, we are all fat. We have heart attack. That's normal for me to have some. She had 2 heart attacks, actually. And he told her, look, let's start and see what happened. And she managed to lose. She then stabilized. And I see her now on our Zoom session of sport. She has so much energy. You can't follow her. She's, yeah. So that's never too late to start, but the sooner the better. But it's not because it's late that you should give up. Never give up on yourself until you are in the grave. Never give up.
Very nice, very nice. So I want to ask a little bit on your personal life or your life itself, Amina. You were from France and then you came to UK. You want to share a little bit why the transition, Amina?
Yes, I came in 2010 because to be honest, I was fed up with France telling me, and particularly like job center, things like that, but I was a little lazy or not really looking for a job, because if I was really looking for a job, I wouldn't go to an interview with a scarf, because in France it's very Islamophobic. And my background is in teaching French. I have a degree in French as a foreign language. So I was thinking, why should I take off my scarf to teach French? And I went through a few things, and some of my friends told me, go to UK. There you can do everything you would do here in France as a French woman. So that's why I decided to come to UK. And another thing why I wanted to come to UK is because in France, I wouldn't be able to sustain myself. I was just on benefit, and I didn't want to stay on like having benefit. I'm not lazy. I can work, but they don't let me work. So I didn't like that. And I did have my son from a first marriage. And I did marry after that few times, and it didn't work. So I thought, look, I tried marriage. That's not for me. And so I can't rely on a husband. I can't rely on my family, because that's not our culture to support an adult anyway. So I want to support myself, but how can I do that in France? There's no way I can. Let me go to UK. At least there I can be independent. So basically I decided to leave France just for the sake of being able to live my life with a scarf. And I think that's why Allah opened everything for me after, because when I came to UK to never marry again, I actually married. And I had 4 children when the doctors in France say I would never have kids naturally. So that's just a miracle in itself, yes.
That's beautiful. So tell us a little bit about how when the doctor said you could not have children at all, and then you had children. Tell us a little bit what miracle happened there.
Okay, so basically when I was 16, so before I had even my first one, I had a big cyst on one of the two tubes. And it was so big, it was basically like a pomelo. It was so big, they had to remove the tube, the ovary, basically all the side. So I have only one side left. I had my son when I was 19, but after him, the second one was not coming. So when I had examination and stuff, they told me, actually, the tube you have left is all blocked. I had a surgery to unblock it, but the surgeon, I had the report here in my house in London that says everything that blocked the tube is too thick. I can't remove it. So the only way that you can have children would be to have IVF. So basically to put directly in utero the baby. And when I met my husband, I told him, look, I can have children, but it would be through IVF. Naturally, it will not come. And he said, okay, he just rely on Allah. And I never went to hospital except to deliver the baby. So the babies, it's 4. So
nice.
Obviously, it's not that blocked.
Exactly. So did you practice already this wellness and this nutritional food the moment you came to UK?
No, I came to UK 2010. And I had the 4 children, and I started my nutrition, rebalancing nutrition when in 2018. My daughter was 5 months. The last one was 5 months. So I had already the 4 kids when I started to change my life. I was 42 when I started to change everything.
Wow.
And
so how do you
47
feel now? Yeah. So how do you feel now after changing your lifestyle, changing your food, listening to your coach, your son? How is it like?
I feel more energetic and younger than ever. In my
Okay.
20s, I wouldn't be able to do what I'm doing now at 47 with 4 kids around.
Yeah, exactly. So I see that you are a website designer, you are into this nutrition, and you do so many things. You are also attending courses on stitching and a lot more other things. That's the reason why I asked, because a lot of women or men out there can always say that, you know what, I'm already 47, I'm already 50. This is the time where I need to rest. But then you are doing so many things, and then you are handful. You have got children there, and how do you really manage this is the question that I wanted to ask you. And I think the best deal is changing the way you eat. Any more comments on that, Amina?
Yes, when you put a good petrol in your car will bring you anywhere. And that's often what I say, treasure your body, because that's where where your soul remains. And if you have a healthy engine, healthy body, you can do whatever you want. And yes, that needs also a kind of organization, but never think it's too late. In my business classes, sometimes I see ladies who are 60, 65, and they are changing completely their life and starting all over something else. So that's never too late. Until you are in the grave, you can achieve whatever you want. And you can
Lovely.
reverse time. Yes, I have some pictures of my mom before and after, just her face. 4 years later, she looks 10 years younger.
Wow.
But yeah,
So,
so
so you actually reverse everything, yeah, and you become much healthier, much better, much younger, with a loads of energy and a happier lifestyle, right?
yes, when you are very energetic and you feed your body properly, you wake up before the alarm and before the children, so you have time to do something at that time. You can do everything you want in the day, and at the end of the day, you are still not tired, so you can do something else. And that's why you don't really need to rest, because your body. Yes, we sleep at night, but we don't need more rest than that because we have a very good engine.
Very nice, very nice. So, and Amina, before we conclude, any tips for the men and women out there in terms of, how do you really take care of your body? If you really want to lose weight, what are the things that you have to do? Couple of tips from your side, Amina, if you may.
Yes, the first tip would be drink plenty water. When you drink a lot of water, automatically the space is is occupied in your body, and you can't store much more fat. So drink plenty water. When you drink water, you will cleanse inside. When you are cleaner inside, you will have cleaner thought. When you have cleaner thought, you take better decisions, and you have automatically better consequences in your life. So drink more water, and try to not go on autopilot. Never be like just reactive to everything that happens. Oh, I'm hungry, I'm grabbing something. Always be more mindful of everything you are doing. What I am taking. Yes, I'm hungry. Okay, you are hungry. Try first to have a glass of water, because sometimes we think we are hungry, we are actually thirsty. And when you are hungry, go for anything with protein. But when you see very deep fried chicken, ask yourself, do you want all that oil and all that carbs on top? And I had some teenager a few days ago who told me, Amina, last time we went to eat together, but we chose to have the grilled chicken instead. And instead of all the fries, only one of us took fries and we shared, but we had salad. And and they felt much better, and they told me we played football with much more energy after.
Mm.
So just be more conscious of everything before you put your hand something somewhere. Put your brain before, is it the good decision? What's the consequence of that? Okay, that's not a great consequence, maybe I can choose something else. Be more in the pilot of your life than following your body.
Okay, all right. That's very nice. Yeah, you spoke about water. So now, Amina, when you say water, just plain water, some of them will be saying that tea, coffee, does that also count under water consumption?
So when I say water, it means water, and any herbal teas, that's fine. But the proper black tea or black coffee actually dehydrate the body. So every time you want tea or coffee, you should increase your water intake.
Okay,
Yes.
all right. So yeah, so remember, ladies and gentlemen, she said water is very important. Do not go on autopilot. Be very mindful with whatever that you're doing. And also remember, you need to put your brain before putting your hand to the food that you're gonna consume. And also be your own pilot. Yeah, manage your own self. And I think that's the best way forward. Amina, thank you so much for all the tips and all the sharings. Any final message to the men and ladies, especially the ladies out there, because this show is all about women empowerment, and I always like to help the ladies out there in any ways possible. And the best way to do it is from another lady. So, Amina, with all the challenges that you have gone through, and now you are very successful, and I mean really successful, and I think what you said, it is the blessings from the Almighty. What's your message to the ladies at large who thinks that, you know what, life is nothing but just no use, or some of them, they just feel that you know what, I shall end my life because I am not going anywhere, or I'm married and I have got kids, and you know what, that's the end of my life. What's the message for these people?
First, if you are a woman, remember that we are blessed because Allah, when the Prophet ﷺ had his message, he turned to a woman. The first, what we do doing the Hajj, it's what a woman did. So we are the first religion that honored women and that gave women rights. And also what helped me, and it might help other women as well. Remember, there is a hadith that says that strong believers are more lovable than weak believers. So what category do you want? I want to be in the more lovable, not in the less. Allah love everyone, but you will love more the strong. How can you be strong if you are very overweight? I don't blame people who are overweight and they can't choose. That's not their fault. But we all know that we can choose sometimes, and some things are in our control. And how can you make yourself stronger? Always ask what can you make yourself stronger. And the other thing as well that helped me a lot, at least twice in the Quran, Allah said, "Innahu la yuhibbul musrifin." Musrifin are the people who take things in excess, particularly food. And every time you start your packet of crisps or you go for nuts or chocolate, having 1 or 2 square, it's halal, you can eat. But having the 2 kilos, was it necessary? And when you go over, are you not going in the excessive people? And if you are going in the excessive people, Allah said He doesn't love these people. So every time my kids, sometimes they bring from outside some quiz, I start to have 1, 2, and then I say, oh, where is the excess? I don't really want to go to the borderline. I prefer having just a little to not be in that category of people that Allah doesn't like. So that's what helped me, to always be mindful of yourself and be mindful of Allah as well.
Very nice. Very nicely said, Amina. And I like what you said. You women, you ladies out there, you are blessed. That's very nicely said by Amina. And when you feel that you are blessed, you can do a lot of things and you can go a long way. So you need to feel that you are blessed. That's very essential. That's very important. That's very basic. Once you know that, life will be fruitful. Amina, thank you so much for sharing. For those,
can I add
sorry,
something? Can I add something? You know,
go ahead.
I've just seen a social experience. Don't let everyone give your value. For example, if you are with an abusive husband, kids that don't respect you or something like that, it's not because they don't value you that you don't have any value. They have done an experience in New York. They have hired it's one of the highest violin players. Normally, people pay $5,000 to attend 1 hour concert or something like that. He played in the metro, and people were not even looking at him because he was looking like a beggar. You know, there was his violin box asking for money, and only
Yeah.
one little child was looking at him, happy to hear that. Some people were hardly looking at him, and they say, "Look, all," and they did that for 2 hours or something like that. And they say, "Look, it's not because all these people don't give him any value that he will think, oh, I'm rubbish." He knows how good he's playing violin, how much he can be paid when it's the good environment with people who know his value, not people in the tube that doesn't know anything about violin. So
Wow.
don't let the people around you define how much you are worth. You know how much you are worth, and then go with people who give you that value.
Very nicely said, Amina. It is not about how you think that you are not of a value, but rather they themselves do not have value. And that's very simply said, and it is so deep, yeah, so important for you to understand. Whoever says that you cannot do something, well, look in the mirror and tell to yourself, if you think that you can do it, if you think that that is good for you, then just do it. Like how Nike says, just do it. You do it. You are all worth it. Thank you so much, Amina. And for those who are
You're
watching,
welcome.
right, if you want to know more about Amina, if you want to get in touch with her, I will be sharing her email address, her IG account, and also a Facebook account, so that you can connect with her, get in touch with her, and change your life by just eating what you're supposed to eat and not eating what you're not supposed to eat. Amina, thank you so much for doing this.
You're welcome.
Wish you all the best. And thank you so much once again for sharing all this.
You're welcome. That was my pleasure. If we can make the world a little healthier and happier, I would be happy.
Very nice. Thank you so much, Amina. Take care.
You're welcome. Bye.
So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Amina spoke very nicely. It is not because you don't have value, but because they don't have value. So remember, food is very essential. At the same time, food can be a killer to you. So whether you want to use it as a weapon to protect yourself and be strong, or you want to use it to kill yourself, it depends on you. The decision, the choice is in your hands. So decide what you are going to eat. If you need more information, if you could see at the bottom there, Amina's email, karinkermos@gmail.com, or her FB and IG, Amina Karin Kermos. Look for her, find solution, and be healthy. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching. I shall see you next week, same time. Take care. Bye bye.